How are you going to keep? Relationship is not something to keep. It's to be enjoyed out of your freshness. And in your strength, you find that everything becomes more pure. Everything wants to be with you when you're empty of intention. Too much intention creates tension. You see, when you are empty from this need, from any kind of need also, and this is not an arrogance, it means just in your natural state of being. You don't need to be approved of, you know. You don't even feel you need to be loved even. Can you imagine such a thing? Of being in a place where you don't need to be loved even. It's a very quiet place. In this place, your love becomes very open, very broad, very beautiful, very strong.
Anybody that's being great, it take time away from your family and just the sacrifice, because you so focused on winning and being great that it ain't even intentionally. It's just your focus on what you're doing. It take up a lot of your time.
If we on the island with my woman and my child, and there's no food but that one piece of meat, who's supposed to eat it? I would ask the fruit. And most of the brothers would say, I'm gonna give that to my baby and my woman. Well, I'm gonna eat that meat. Yeah. And y'all sitting there and saying, damn, bro, you gonna eat? You damn right I'm gonna eat that meat. Why? Because I'm the hunter. I got to go out into that jungle. I got to go out and hunt down that animal and bring back that big piece of meat. You understand? If I'm too weak, everybody gonna die. That's masculine decision. Sometimes the man is not very popular at all in his own house because you have to make decisions that everybody will not agree with. That's masculine. We should be buying our own world now. That's masculine. We should be willing to take on all responsibility. That's masculine. And we should do this. When you give your word as a man, your word should be bond. If my word should fail, and I should be willing to give my life, that's masculine.
You can go anywhere to get the lies, but I know you came here to get the truth. Welcome to the Alphasphere. Welcome to the Alphasphere, the only place on the planet that's totally engulfed in positivity and totally submerged in alpha energy. I'm your host, Dr. BOA.
So as I said, man, we like bad bras over here. You understand? But the thing is, women come last. Women must come last. I'm not talking about mixing them in with something or depending on what kind of woman she is. No, women must come last. Now, I'm going to tell you, that doesn't mean that women don't have any value. That just means that everything else in our lives is more valuable than women. Yes, women have value. Well, you're not going to have anything in your life that don't have value. But when it comes to the value scale, women just rank at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? But everything on our list has value from 1 to 15. They all have value. Women are just number 15. Everything else has more value. Getting enough sleep has more value than women. You know what I'm saying? Having a good cup of coffee in the morning on a cold winter day has more value than women. You know what I'm saying? Sipping some good lemon mint echinacea tea, man, that has more value. You know what I'm saying? Everything else is attached to our health and our wealth and maintaining the best version of ourselves. So women are the only thing on our list that don't have anything to do with that. So they have to come last. They're the only thing on the list that don't make you better. You understand what I'm saying? Unless you're one of these simps out here that believe that the value of a man is based on what women say or the marketplace gives you your value. What marketplace, man? I ain't no damn coat. I ain't no damn car. I'm a man, dog. Ain't no marketplace for me. What you talking about? I'm a man. God made me. God made me to be a king. He made me to run my domain. What marketplace? Ain't no marketplace for a godly man. Ain't no marketplace for an alpha king, homie. The marketplace give them dudes their value. We don't play that game. Marketplace give me my value. You sound like a fool. The marketplace is run by women. Women don't give me my value. When a woman in my life, I give her her value. Whoever she is before she meet me, she becomes a better version of herself automatically when I allow her into my life. There ain't never been a woman that's ever been in my life that didn't become a better version of herself. Now, also, Women must come last. But that's every woman. No matter how good you think she is, she's still at the bottom of that list. Why? Because you're prioritizing everything else. The only way to make everything else better is prioritizing. I'm gonna try to make it through this thing, man. Holding back these calls, man. So now that we got those two things out of the way, let's really get into the meat of this thing. Here's the key to maintaining. See, the problem, you know what men worry about the most? Building yourself to the best version of yourself, then getting caught up with some broad and giving it all away. You know, get caught up with some emotional attachment to a woman and giving it all away. But you don't get caught up in an emotional attachment situation that's gonna ruin your life when you prioritize your life over the emotional attachment. What in the hell has emotional attachment ever gotten a man besides trouble? That's not something that should even be on your list. Emotional attachment to a woman should not make it on your list. It's not something that's list worthy. You understand what I'm saying? It's not list worthy. It might make another list. You might make a list of the top 10 things you need to stay the hell away from, but it don't make the list of priorities in your life. Therefore, everything that comes with women has to come last. Intimacy has to come last. Now, let's talk about it. You prioritize anything and everything about your life over women. You have to. You have to prioritize everything and anything about your life over women. I don't care what it is. Man, let me tell you something. If somebody hit me up and say, hey man, you better get out here, the crappie biting. It ain't a woman on the planet that can hit me up and say, hey, I want to come over, or I want to do this, or I want to blah, 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 unless she talking about bringing some bread with her. If she talk about a situation that's finna give me some bread, and I ain't talking about no little bit of money, I'm talking about some G's. If she got a situation make me some G's, then the fish gonna have to wait. But if she bringing anything less than a business arrangement that finna make me some paper, it ain't no woman on the planet, man, that gonna get me to say, okay, I'd rather spend time with you than go fishing. Man, they say the fish jumping out the lake, man. I'm finna go catch me some. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just how you have to live your life. You have to prioritize your life so much and enjoy your life so much that a woman has to earn her way into it in any significant way. So when I say a woman have to earn a date, it ain't the date. I don't care about the date. I don't care about the woman eating with me. The woman got to earn my time. Anything you do with a woman is costing you time. And you got to think about what kind of priority your time is. Truth be told, when it comes to life priority, the time is your number one priority. It's at the list of your priorities, the top of the list. Without time, you can't do any of the other things. You can't get in shape without time. You can't make money without time. Hell, you can't sleep without time. So anything in my life is more valuable. I get more joy out of anything in my life that I get out of spending time with a woman. So here's the thing you have to do. You have to prioritize your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual being over women. That's a lot of things you got to take care of every day before you even get around to women. That's why you ain't got time to be dealing with women on a daily basis, especially if you're out here in the dating game, man. You ain't got time to be out here, man, trying to talk to and text and do all that with women every day. If you got time to do that, man, you ain't getting no paper. Second thing, man, only give women your absolute spare time. Now, many men don't know what spare time is. Man will say, okay, well, I can give a woman the time that, let's say I'm at the gym or I'm at work, then I'm on my way home. I'm at the office, then I'm on my way home. That's spare time. No, that's not spare time. That's driving time. That's detox time. That's relaxation time. You can't forget to give yourself time to relax. You got to have relaxation time. So when you're grinding all day at the office and then you're heading home, that ain't the time you get no broad. That's the time you give yourself. You see what I'm saying? You've been doing business all day. Give yourself some time. Everything you do, you got to give yourself some time. You go to the gym, can't talk to the broad on the way home. You know why? That's your self-time. Every activity you do throughout the day, every activity you do throughout your week, it has to be, on the back end of it has to be some self-time. You have to unwind and detox from everything you're doing so you can be cleansed and ready for the next task. I'm not going from work to the gym to there to there to here to there and then try and talk to people in between that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Let's say if I drive, man, I gotta drive on a 5-hour trip. First 2.5 hours, I ain't talking to nobody. That's me time. You know what I'm saying? Because when I get there, I'm finna get ready to go to work. When I leave there, when I get done, I would have 2 hours, and nobody gonna talk to me. You know why? Because I got to detail, I got to get back to myself. See, your relaxed version is the version that you got to protect the most. You ain't got to protect your business version. He a goon. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to protect your public version, the one that's out in the street, the one that's out moving and grooving with your head on the swivel like an animal. You ain't got to protect him. He an animal. So you ain't got to protect the animal and the goon. You know, you got to protect the laid back guy, man, that just chilling, man, that don't want to be bothered, that just in his brain thinking of his thoughts, man, and thinking of his goals, his ambitions, and dreams, man, and plan and plot. You got to protect that man that's in his thoughts because he's unaware of the world around. He's closed himself off into a cocoon that makes him the best version of himself on a daily basis. So that's the man you got to protect. So you got to make sure you give that man time every day. That's how you avoid stress in life, by giving that man time every day. You know who gets the most time in my life? That version of me. The version of me that is always in his brain, just sitting, thinking, plotting, planning, scheming, dreaming. That's the only one. He get more time out of my day than anybody else. The people that know me will tell you, man, they'll hit me up on Monday, man, won't hear back from me till Thursday. Why? Because, man, I'm in my zone. I don't have to explain to people, man, what I'm doing in my life. This is my life. I ain't got time to be trying to convince people what I'm doing, because you know what they're going to say, man, you crazy, man, don't take all that, blah, blah, blah. It ain't up for discussion. It ain't up for discussion. So you got to, that spare time is time you can't figure out anything better to do with. If you can think of anything better to do with that time, it ain't spare time. Go do that better thing. See what I'm saying? This is how you don't have to play the game of making a woman feel like you ain't got enough time, or making a woman feel like you busy. Don't act like you busy, be busy. Don't act like you ain't got time, don't have time. It's easy to prioritize your life in a way where you ain't got a whole bunch of time to spend with women. So you don't need a game or any technique to act like these things. If you live your life a certain way, it's not an act, it's real life. So if you could think of anything to do with it, now, if no reasonable money can be made, no reasonable idea can be worked on, no, you got to just have spare time. Because even if it's your wind down time, you can't spend your wind down time with no bra. You can't wind down with no bra. She need attention. You know what I'm saying? You can't wind down with a chick. She need attention. That's why when you're in a relationship, man, you go every vacation you go on, man, you going with your wife. Every vacation, a family vacation. All my vacations ain't finna be no damn family vacation. Some of my vacations gonna be solo. They're gonna be me somewhere chilling in the mountains, in the jungle, on the beach, in the city, somewhere. Gonna be me chilling by myself. You understand what I'm saying? Because self-time is the only time that, let me tell you something about self-time. You was born on self-time. You gonna die on self-time. Now, if self-time bookends your life like that, the beginning and the end, wouldn't it reason to accept that? Wouldn't it stand to reason that self-time is very important? If it's the bookends of your life, don't you think you ought to fill your life up in the middle with some too? Men don't prioritize themselves because they feel like women are such an important part of who they are, but they are not. Women are not an important part of who you are. They are not any part of who you are. All these other things you're prioritizing are a part of who you are. Women are just part of what you do. Women are like going to shoot ball. Okay, you're going to shoot ball. Even with ball, man, guess what? You get a workout. Now I ain't gonna lie, you can get a workout with your woman too. You know what I'm saying? That's a workout too. Especially if she's gonna be a usable piece of exercise equipment. You know what I'm saying? If she's gonna be a flexible piece of exercise equipment, you can get a workout in like that too. But you understand what I'm saying. You have to understand that there are too many things to prioritize in your life to make women a priority in your life. Only man who can make women a priority in his life, a man who's not prioritizing the rest of his life. A man who makes women priority in life, man, he ain't getting to no money. I'm telling you, he ain't. Because even when you look at, let's say you look at the young rap cats, man, they don't make women a priority, man. Man, they hang out with them, spend a few bucks on them, man, then go on to the next one. That ain't my method, but still, they don't prioritize them. You can't prioritize them. You simply can't. And here's the thing. Women don't want to come first in your life, bro. She don't want to come first. They like to hear, oh, I give you the sun, the rain, the moon, the stars, and the mountain. You are so beautiful to me. They want to hear all of that. They want to hear you tell them nothing compares to you. They want to hear you tell you, I can tell you how I feel about you night and day. They want to hear all of that. They just want to hear it, though. That's why R&B songs blow up like that. Not because women want that in their lives, but because they like to hear it. They don't want that. A woman don't want no man who prioritizes her over everything. A woman don't respect a man who put her before his money. She don't respect it. It sounds good to tell a friend he was supposed to go make $100,000. He said he'd rather stay at home with me. It sounds good when she said, ooh, he really love you, don't it? But in their mind, they saying, that dude a fool. Now she's trying to see what money, now she's trying to see if she can make you go get the money and give it to her. That's just the reality of life, man, that we living around here, man. Too much information out here, man, leading men, man, into being, simps for women, man, prioritizing women and all that. Here's the thing, man. Here's my motto. If you didn't get no women before you got money, you don't know nothing about women. Because a rich man's interaction with women is different from a broke man's interaction with women. You see what I'm saying? So if you didn't get no money before you got women, you don't know nothing about women. You got to know both sides of that. You got to know. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't never had no money, you still don't know nothing about women. Because you got to know both sides of that. You got to know the experience of not having money, getting bad chicks, and you got to know the side of having money and getting bad chicks. It's two different experiences, and you got to know both of them to have a complete understanding of women. You just have to. Miguel Serpa, man, appreciate the $5 super sticker. We say appreciate the 5 bone, man. I'm say peace to the brother. Salute BOA. Hornet, appreciate the 5 bone, man. So another thing is this. The reason why you can only give a woman your absolute spare time because you're less likely to waste your spare time if you know you don't have much of it. Like if you just make a whole lot of your time spare, then you got a lot of time. Let's say you're done with your work at noon. The whole rest of the day you got it. Man, you can blow 2 or 3 hours, man, jaw jacking and cracking at some chick, man. Because you got the whole rest of the day. But no man should be able to get done at 12 and not have nothing else to do. Like no man's life is that complete where he can be done with everything he got to do at noon, then ain't got nothing else to do the rest of the day. That man lazy. You can always find something else to do. You can always find something else to focus on. You can always find something else to prioritize. Go to sleep. If you got done at 12, you probably was up at 4. Go to sleep, man. Take a nap. Go work out. Well, I go work out at 6. Go work out twice. Do some cardio early, then go back and do your workout. Do something. Do some extra meal prep. There's always something you can do. Because the main thing is not just to be the best version of yourself, but to be the best version of yourself in the most efficient manner. You understand what I'm saying? So it's kind of like if you're a dude that go out and eat every day, it's going to be hard to eat clean if you eat out every day. See what I'm saying? It's going to be hard. When you don't have a whole lot of spare time, you have other things you think about with your spare time. So even with your spare time, you still may not get that to a woman. You be like, okay, I got a couple of hours Saturday. I can go chill with this broad, or I can do this other thing over here. You know what I'm saying? I can go chill with this broad. I can go do this other thing over here. It just really depends on what you want to do, because you got to understand the time you spend with a woman is time you're not getting anything out of. That's the difference between anything else you'll be doing with your spare time. You have nothing to gain when you spend time with a woman. Spending time with a woman is just for fun. It's just for fun and pleasure. There's nothing else. There's no long-term benefit. It's just for fun, for immediate fun and pleasure. There's no long-term benefit. A woman can come into your life and say she can do all these things. And the craziest thing that a woman will do, when you're a man that got your stuff together, a woman just can't bring herself to accept the fact that she don't bring no value to you. And the modern woman don't want to learn how to bring value to you because she's been with another man before who thought she brought immense value to his life. Now she come to you with that same stuff. You like, none of that don't mean nothing to me, child. None of that don't mean nothing to me. You got to learn how to, you got to learn how to do this. So here's what women want to do. They want to come into your life, commandeer things that you do for yourself, and then turn around and say, well, you should appreciate me because I come in your life and I do that. No, you don't. I don't let women come into my life and commandeer things that I do for myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't let women come in my life and do that. I got some other things for you to do that I need you to do that will help me keep doing the things that I'm doing. I don't want you to come in. The worst thing, let me tell you something, man. You don't need a woman to lighten your load. You don't need that. What, you some kind of broad or something? You some kind of broad where you need another broad to come lighten your load? Come on, man. We men, we alpha kings. We tie super tight with the Most High, man. We don't need no help with our load. The Most High helping us with our load. He's giving us the strength to carry our load, to enjoy carrying our load. To carry our load with our chest up high, man, and our head held high, man, and we carrying our load. You understand what I'm saying? We carrying our load. That's why you got to make a woman earn the right to get into your life. You got to make her earn the right to get. See, relationships are earned, not given. You can't give a woman a relationship. You can't give a woman love. You can't give a woman attention. You can't give a woman affection. You can't give a woman validation. You can't give a woman time. You can't give a woman information. You can't give a woman any of those things. A woman has to earn those things. Each and every one of them has to be earned. And she can't earn them with her words. She earns one by proving that she can do the other. That's how a woman earns. She earns with her actions. She earns with her obedience. She earns with her shut upness. And the bottom line is, it's going to be hard to get that in a way that's going to convince you to put a woman in a serious situation in your life. So when you think about that from that perspective, that the majority of women you meet are not even going to fit into your life in any serious way anyway, then it makes it easier to understand why you just can't prioritize women. You just can't prioritize women, brothers. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's just not a good plan to prioritize women. You simply can't do it. Now, here's the thing. If you do put a woman in that position, then yes, she becomes a priority. But she has to earn her way on that priority list by what? By doing something so valuable that she becomes more valuable than something on that list. A woman has to make it from the 15th spot. In the top 15, most important thing to you, she got to make it from number 15 to at least into the top 10 before you start considering her in that way. She got to make it at least into the top 10, man. You gotta make sure that a woman is different. And I don't mean different in a physical way. She has to be different in a non-physical way to warrant more than spare time. She has to be different in a non-physical way. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, spare time, 2 to 3 hours, man. Let me tell you something. That's enough time for me to fall through, get in, get off, and get out. You understand what I'm saying? And then and just depending on, how much time I got, we may go ahead and jump in the shower, man, and I dust off again before I bounce. Otherwise, I'm not. I'm gonna bounce. Then hit the shower at the crib. You know what I'm saying? Bang! Look at here. Bang out the Manscaped wipes, man, and bounce. You know what I'm saying? And head to the crib. That's really the reality of it, man. So, I think a lot of times, man, what happens is we believe that having a woman is a completion of life for a man. Like you build this, you build that, you build your life, you build yourself to your most alpha version, and then a woman is the cherry on top of that. No, a woman ain't no cherry on top. The cherry on top is the fact that you get all the way up there, then you look around, you ain't got to worry about no woman hitting you up for your bread. That's cherry on top. You understand? The cherry on top ain't got nothing to do with a woman. She's supposed to be down there helping you grind. She's supposed to be the spoon on the other side over there. Ain't no cherry on top of a whole Sunday that you built up by yourself. You're going to bring a new woman in and put her on top? Do you know what the cherry on top means? That means the cherry is on top of the heap. The cherry is on top. The cherry has suddenly become the most valuable part of that thing. It ain't a complete banana split without the cherry on top. It ain't a complete Sunday without the cherry on top. So you're going to build a whole thing and then come put a cherry on top? Come on, man. That ain't how we get down. A woman is not the completion of your life. You are the completion of hers. She was put here to make the completion of her life, to be your help me to your freak. And too many men out here are allowing other things to take place. You become her help me to her freak. That ain't how we get down over here in the alpha sphere, man. We live our lives for ourselves because nobody's going to be there with us from the beginning to the end but us. And that woman has to earn her way into that, man. That's just the way it is. See, you have to go into these things like relationships are dead until a woman proves to you that they're alive. You have to go into these situations like relationships are dead until you meet a woman who proves to you, man, hey, relationships are alive. I don't know what you thought, buddy, but relationships are alive. Come and let me show you. You're going to show me? Yes, I'm going to show you. Well, come show me then, my dear. Then before you know it, I love you, baby. My pretty little baby, there's nothing you can do to keep me away from you. There you go. You're in the game now, right? But she got to show you that. She got to make you a believer that that's a fact. And just to be honest with you, a lot of times, man, you're just not going to get that. A lot of times, you're just not going to get that, brothers. And that's just the way it is. But we don't care. We ain't crying about it or whining about it, doing nothing like that. Because if we don't get that, we're not going to cross that line. That's just the way it goes. We're not going to, if we don't cross that line, if we don't get that, we're not going to cross that line. And here's the thing. You only got a certain amount of spare time. So when you playing something with a woman, there are no makeup days. You understand what I'm saying? There are no makeup days. I treat everything like a schedule, man. Even in business, everything like a schedule. You know, with me, my time is my priority. Ain't nobody going to play with my time. Nobody's going to play with my time because I got other things I can do. No matter what it is, I got other things I can do. And the moment that my time is not valued, I'm just going to do something else. Like there ain't nothing in the world that I've encountered that's so important for me that I got to let my time be played with. I'm not going to do it. Nothing, nobody. I ain't wired like that. And so especially when it come down to a woman, where ain't no money finna be made with her, you know what I'm saying? More than likely, some money finna be spent while she with me. So with me, I just know that my time is the most precious commodity that I have. And I'm not going to give a whole lot of it to a woman. But that's just my thing, man. I mean, maybe you want to give a woman some of your time, a little bit more of your time, man, but not me. You know, because the bottom line is, man, once you be intimate with a woman, man, all the rest of the time is for her. Only part of being with a woman that's for you, man, is being intimate, man. The friction of being intimate. That's it. Everything else is for her. All that cuddling and walk around holding hands and do all that, man. And if a woman with me, man, if she out with me somewhere, man, I let her do a little public displays, man. She can hold my, she can wrap her arm around mine or hold my hand, do all that, man. She can do all that, bro. Because I mean, if you see her with me, she gonna be bad. So it ain't like you're gonna be like, oh, who's that one BOA got on him, boy? Oh, look at her. No, it ain't be like that. So I just say, you know, that's for her though. That ain't nothing I enjoy. That ain't nothing I want to do. Damn sure ain't nothing I'm going to initiate. You know what I'm saying? None of that. But now it can't be overbearing if you don't put a cap on it. You got to put a cap on it. You know what I'm saying? You're like, damn, Charles, let me go. You know what I'm saying? You got to put a cap on it. You got to put a hard cap on it like that. Hey, that's enough. Let me go. Don't hold my hand right now. Give me a break on that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. Like when you talk to a woman, you got to let her know when you don't like something. And you don't have to be like, oh, you dirty B. You don't have to do that. You just have to hey, Shawty, let me go. My hand, we like Siamese twins. Stop grabbing my hand. Eventually, man, she's going to grab it again, but that'll give you a slight reprieve from it. Let me tell you something. If a woman really into you, she can't keep her hands off you. So to guys who be telling you you're supposed to chase a woman and wait for her to want to be with you and wait for her to want to be intimate with you and you got to earn it and work on it and all that, man, that's fool's gold. That's fool's gold, man. You know what I'm saying? Why do that when you can just deal with a woman who like you? Well, how you know a woman like you, BOA, if you don't cold approach? Duh. Any woman you get that you didn't cold approach, she likes you. Any woman who shows you attraction confirmation, she likes you. Any woman who chose you, quote unquote, choosing signals, she likes you. And I'm gonna tell you like this: if you ain't getting no attraction confirmation from women that you want to get attraction confirmation from, you ain't got your stuff together like you're supposed to have it together. You ain't got your stuff together like you're supposed to have it together. And we ain't gonna be none of these dudes around here who think, well, the woman ain't supposed to worry about if I got money or not. Oh, yes, she is. You're supposed to worry about if you got money or not. You're supposed to want a woman to worry about if you got money or not. If she ain't focusing on, and you ain't focusing on, man, you're finna be broke as shit too. That ain't how I get down, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't get down like that, man. For me, I know what it is out here. You know, the problem is, man, you can't change the game and think that the rules are supposed to be different for you. You just can't do that. The rules are not going to be different for you. They're just not. Another thing is this. You only complain about the rules when you don't embrace the fact that you don't control the game. You don't control any game. No matter, man, let me tell you something. No matter who in the NBA, I don't care who it is, If you pick up that ball and walk up that court without dribbling, they're going to call a travel on you. You can be Michael Jordan. You can be Will Chamberlain. You can be Kareem. You can be LeBron. You can be Kobe. You can be Steph. You can be Russ, who has done it before. Believe it or not, boy picked up the ball, took 6 steps. Took the ball out of bounds, man, just started walking, took 6 steps before he even dribbled the ball. And then turn around and wonder what he did. So what you got to keep in mind, man, is that the rules are the rules in any game, in the game of life, in every game. Rules are rules. So when guys say, oh, you got to play by Google rules, well, you got to play by the IRS rules. So what are we talking about? Everybody got to play by some rules. What are we talking about? Rules are in place to make sure that nobody gets an unfair advantage on anyone else. That's why rules are in place. To make sure that nobody can circumvent these rules and get an unfair advantage on those people who are playing by the rules. That's all rules are for. To make sure we don't have a wild, wild west situation out here. And that's why everybody want to jump into Bitcoin so quick, because ain't no rules. Y'all give me a minute, man. All right. So, and the thing about the whole code approach is, man, I see Anwar in here, man. The whole code approach thing is this, man. How important is getting laid to you? Because I'm gonna tell you like this. Code approach is only one step in a quest to get a woman. I want you to look up all the movies that have ever been about a quest. It's never been to get a woman. It's been the quest has been to find gold, to find treasure, to find something valuable that no one else ever had. That's a quest. You don't go on no quest for no woman, man. Code approach is the first step in a quest to get a woman. A quest. You know what a quest is? A quest is to get something that's hard to find. Nobody's been able to find it. People have perished trying to get it. It's a hard thing to find. So it takes a quest to get it. You got to travel far. You got to go hard. You got to be focused, determined. You got all the things you got to do to get money. You got to do that to get a woman you code approach. You're a lesser man if you think that that's the way that you're supposed to be with women who were created to be beneath you. That makes no sense. And that's why the majority of situations when it comes to interaction between men and women, that's why the women are in power and in control in these situations. Because the man has accepted the fact that he is not superior to the woman. He is indeed inferior to the woman. So let me give y'all a news flash right here. There is no such thing as equal. Equal nothing. Equal rights, equal partners, equal nothing. Even if we equal partners on paper, we ain't equal partners in input. Somebody's always inputting more than the other person. Somebody deserves more of the money than somebody else. But equal partners on paper, it makes you think that you're going to get the same dedication from somebody else. But there's no situation on the earth that's ever happened. But it was 50-50 where both parties gave equal effort, equal energy, and affected the outcome equally. So when you're talking about dealing with a woman, you're either inferior or superior. There is no equal. There is no 50-50. You either above her or below her. You pick, you make your choice. But then you understand that the choice you make is going to affect your life in the way that you interact with women. And you're going to be one of these dudes out here talking about you need the cold approach. Man, cold approach don't even work for famous dudes. You see how them dudes begin put on blast, man, for jumping in chicks' DM? It don't even work. It don't work, man. It's just not an effective way. It's not a manly way to deal with women. It's not a position of power. It's never been a position of power. And I guarantee you, any man who tells you that cold approach is a very effective method of getting women, I guarantee you he is not in a position of power with the women in his life. Like any man who champions cold approach is not in a position of power with the women in his life. I can promise you that. You just can't be, because it's not a powerful mindset. It's not the mindset of a powerful man. It's not the mindset of an alpha man. It's not the mindset of a king. It's peasant mindset. Oh, there's the queen. She's your queen to me. There's your queen. Go and chase her. Go and kiss the bottom of her garment. Come on, man. We don't play like that. And see, here's the thing. As long as you make sure that a woman who has not earned any elevation up that priority list is last on your list, you have no problem with any of these things. How you going to cold approach somebody that's last on your list? And then guys want to compare it to money. Well, you cold approach business. If you cold approach women, then you could, no. If you cold approach on business, If you cold approach on business, see, every dude who wants to prioritize women doesn't prioritize life as a man. If you cold approach women, then you can cold approach business. That's backwards. Why you cold approach women if you ain't cold approach business first? But when you cold approach business, when you go and try to set up business and I ain't never, who cold approaches business unless you're a door-to-door salesman or a cold salesman on the phone? Who cold approaches business? Like, if you ain't got nothing to offer somebody, that ain't a cold approach in business. That's trying to use somebody. That's throwing something against the wall and see if it stick. But if you, let's say for discussion's sake, you cold approach in business, and then you get that business deal. You know what that makes you see? Women ain't worth cold approach. Because when you prioritize, when you think about what you got from that business deal, you think about what you're going to get from a woman, you just can't. These guys equate. They put money and sex on an equal level. They don't value one over the other. They don't value money over sex. They put them on an equal level. And any man who puts money and sex on an equal level is a man who is led by his libido. You know, that man can be twisted all around a woman's finger in a minute. You know you want my loving, baby. Girl, you got me twisted over you. That kind of guy. He twisted. We're not twisted in the alpha sphere. We prioritize everything about our lives over women. That's what we do. Because we value ourselves much more than we could ever value a woman. I value myself more than I could value the 50 best women on the planet. You bring me the 50 best women on the planet, I'm still above them all. It ain't no woman you see nowhere. Bring me Rihanna. Bring me B. No disrespect to Jay. I know that's his wife, but I'm just saying. Bring me whoever. Bring her to me. And watch me still be the same BOA. Because you know what I see when I look at a woman? Just a broad. Nothing more. Unless you're an alien from another planet. She's just like every other woman. Okay, she got a little fame, notoriety, she got a little paper, so what? Me too. What that mean? She got more paper than me, good. Let me see how I can pimp her socks off. She been with some high-profile men, cool. She ain't been with no BOA. She ain't been with no Alpha King. See what I'm saying? You can't be the type of man who values women over everything else, because it's going to be, your whole message on everything else is going to be misconstrued. Your outlook on everything is going to be jacked up. If you view women wrong, you're going to view money wrong, you're going to view self wrong, you're going to view power wrong, you're going to view everything wrong. Because they will skew your outlook on life, bro. It will skew your outlook on life, man. And so guys be going, man, I want to see how BOA is around abroad, around a room full of women. Hey, man, if don't now one of them show me no trash confirmation, I'm just going to be in there chilling. I'm not finna call the pro no room, man. Okay, you in a room with a bunch of bad women. So what? So what? You like a kid in a candy store? You ain't never had a bad bra before? What I'm supposed to do, man, if I'm in a room and I'm draped up and dripped out? I'm still the prize in the room. If I'm draped up and dripped out, I'm the prize in the room. You know what's funny to me? Guys can be the prize in a room full of men to get in a room full of women and go crazy like a kid in a candy store. I don't even get that. I'm draped up and dripped out, man, pinky ring and blinging. Man, come on, bro. Ain't no way you just can't tell me that I'm supposed to be running all around the room, man, trying to, come on, bro. That, man, that don't make sense. I guess if you was in 19, 20, 21, 22, somewhere around there, man, I guess. Even then, for some strange reason, I always kept a bad bra or two. I'm talking about one of the baddest bras. Never cold approach. And another thing, man, that guys say, man, in order to learn life, you got to learn women. These guys don't know God. In order to learn life, you got to learn the word of Most High. Guys want to pull you away from the word of Most High and tell you to worry about some bras. Come on, man. That don't make no sense. That's why you have to make sure that you prioritize everything else in your life, or you're going to be caught up on some foolishness. See, you know the thing is, if you get a bunch of low-level women, you got to keep cycling through women. If you get some high-quality women, then you don't have to cycle through a bunch of women. You think it matters to me to, let's say in 30 days, have 30 women? Man, that don't mean nothing. That don't matter to me. But if you give me 5 women in 5 days, 5 months later, I'm going to still have them same 5 women in 5 days. Now I'm going to have them 5 women in 5 months. I have them 5 women in a year. So you give me one woman, give you 10 women, you can lay 10 times out them 10 women. Let's say 20 times if you hit all of them twice. This one woman right here, like we talking about maybe 100 times, and at the same time, she's doing everything in her power to prove that she can provide some value in my life. So if you have no problem getting laid as much as you want to, then you're gonna be good. Certain things you ain't got to worry about. And that's how I want to live. That's how I believe a man should live. I believe a man should be in a situation where he can live that way. And when you just out there, man, running through all these random women, bro, that is not benefiting you at all. See, I'm gonna tell you, if that's what you need to do, then you have self-esteem issues. You have some psychological issues that you need help with. And I think many men have these psychological issues and they don't want to get them taken care of. You have to get them taken care of, man. If you have them, you got to get them taken care of. You have to. And the majority of men don't want to do that. Now, also, the normal dating game out here takes more time, effort, and energy than a true get money alpha has time to spend, especially on women. The dating game is done, man. If you're a true get money alpha, man, you ain't got time, man, to be playing that game. You ain't got time. You just don't. You know what I'm saying? If you really prioritize your health, man, you ain't out there drinking all that liquor, so you ain't at no bar, sitting at no bar drinking no poison. You know what I'm saying? If you really prioritize your body. And if you do it, man, it's every blue moon. But even if you really prioritize your health, then man, you ain't sitting up at no bar, man, pouring no liquor down your gut. You just ain't doing it. It just ain't something you're doing. If you really prioritize your health, man, you ain't out there eating at these restaurants, man, all the time like that. You just ain't doing it. You can't prioritize your health and do certain things. Certain things are an indication that you don't prioritize your health. And this ain't even about no physique or nothing. This is about health. This is about these organs that you need to be working for you. It's about that. So it's too much time. When guys be talking about how much time they take in the dating game, man, I be like, man, what? You spend that much time on bras? Come on, bro. You spend that much time on women. I'm talking about strange women. Women you don't even know. You spend that much time on a woman who you don't know, man. That woman may have terrible hygiene. You don't even know it. Listen, you see a woman looking good at the club. You don't know if she took a bath or you don't know if she showered before she came to the club. You don't know. She looking good over there. She got all that perfume on or whatever she got on, man. Yeah, she looking good. You can't smell her, but you get her to the crib, man, and you realize, man, that she might not took a bath in 2 days, but you don't know. You don't know that. You don't know nothing about nobody you just meet at the club. That's why the whole concept is based on men who don't prioritize everything about themselves over women. And that's just the reality of it, man. So, when it all boils down, man, you got to think about these things. Prioritize anything and everything about your life over women. That's the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, and financial. Only give a woman your absolute spare time, meaning the time you can't figure out anything better to do with, and definitely a time where no reasonable money can be made. You're less likely to waste your spare time if you know you don't have much of it. So you really have to make sure you prioritize your spare time and know what spare time means. Relationships are earned, not given. So she has to be different in a non-physical way to warrant more than your spare time. Otherwise, just pursue it like relationships are dead until one comes along and proves you wrong. No makeup days on planned engagements. Man, when guys be talking about, man, they got flaked on. I be like, man, you got flaked on? You mean tell me you set up something with a woman and the woman no call, no showed you, bro? And you want to know how you can get her to say something to you? Man, I wish she would say something to me. I don't want her to say nothing to me. So when guys be talking about that, man, I got flaked on and if a woman flake on you, she don't like you. If a woman sets something up with you, she's setting it up with you to get you out of her house so you can leave her alone, stop sweating her. If she flakes on you. As long as she's last on your list, then all of these things will be easy. Sex is not a priority to you if you have no problem getting laid as often as you like. That don't mean having as many women as everybody else or anything. That means that when you want some living from a woman, you can get it from a woman you want it from. The normal dating game takes more time than a true get money alpha has to spare, especially on women. And even more than the time, it takes more energy. The thing about energy, I'm not giving no woman no free energy. For me, boy, my energy is valuable. This is top-notch alpha energy right here. All you gotta do is talk to any woman who's been privy enough to get inside and get a touch of it, a taste of it, a feel of it. She'll tell you how raw it is. And never cold approach, as there's only one step in a quest to get a woman like she's a treasure.